I started watching God of High School, and I was just like, okay, I'm waiting to like this, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. In episode 10, it's like, oh, that's interesting, and then I went back to not, and then I went back to waiting, and I'm just like, oh, it's done now, it's over. That's all they give us. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Ajoni Anime here, and today we're doing another review. If you watched my last video that I uploaded yesterday, you would see that I said that I'm going to review the God of Highschool, and that's what we're doing today. And if you're interested in that and more anime reviews, so I know that you like this content, so I'll make more, and subscribe to see when I post future videos. Usually I start with the technical stuff and the background, and I think by now we all know God of Highschool's background. It is the second Crunchyroll x Webtoon collaboration this year, with the first being Tower of God, and anything else I'll leave in the description. I'll leave the description of the anime and the writers and the creators all in the description box below, so you can go read that if you're interested. What I want to say about God of Highschool is that the promotional team did a very good job of hyping it up. A very good job of hyping it up. I tried to like it, I really did, but I don't. And it's not because it's bad. It's not a bad anime. I've watched worse. And honestly, it's not bad. I just don't like it. And no matter how much I tried to like it, I didn't. I just finished watching it like 2 hours ago. So like it's still fresh in my mind. It was lacking. There were just some areas that the anime did not connect. God of Highschool didn't connect with me, and from what I'm seeing, it didn't connect with a large portion of the audience. There are people that like it. I haven't seen them, but there are people that like it, but I don't like this anime, and I've never read the webtoon, so I don't have any reference material to say how it's supposed to go. There were some complaints about the pacing of it and how it's weirdly paced, and honestly, what I expect Crunchyroll to do, because Tower of God and God of Highschool are just they're just market testing basically. They took 2 of the biggest webtoons off the app and they decided that let's give it an adaptation to see what we can do. They want money. Crunchyroll needs some money. Obviously they need to fix their bottom line because they rolled out new subscription tiers and all of that, so they need some money, and there's only so much that they could put into the anime. It's only 13 episodes. I don't know what they did want. Panel by panel translation or panel by panel adaptation, like that can't I remember I watched this video. Is it a video? I don't know. I watched something that said they can't translate the entire book into a movie or a show or whatever because it's just not realistic, and some things do not translate well to screen, and it's just not possible for them to translate everything panel by panel. And I think they changed some of the endings as well. Once again, some things translate better to the screen, and I have not read the webtoon, and if it was up to this anime to convince me to read the webtoon, I'm not going to. I'm really not interested in reading the webtoon. I will watch season 2, you know, but I'm not gonna read the webtoon. God of Highschool was just lacking. Usually when you watch something like a tournament arc, they're high stakes and they're fighting for something, and you're fighting for something with them, and you can connect with all of the characters in the tournament, and that would allow you to feel like you're on the journey with them and you're with them along the way, and their losses are your losses and their wins are your wins. But you just feel like a spectator the whole time in God of Highschool, and the characters do not connect with you. Well, they don't connect with me. There was no character there that I could connect with, even the MC, even though all of them had their tragic backstories. The story that touched me the most was Jagal Tech. Come on. Maybe I have a thing for villains. Maybe I just have a thing for villains, because I have a thing for Dio. I didn't even care. I didn't care if they won. Like, I knew it was going to happen because that's how it always goes. It rarely deviates from that. They win, right? But I didn't really care. I wasn't invested. There was nothing in the whole 13 episodes that made me invested. the way how anime in 2020 has been is that there aren't really much good shows out there. There aren't. And you know what? God of High School just might have been the show of the summer, regardless of people not liking it, regardless of people not caring. Because you know what? It did the numbers. People still showed up and watch. People show up every week and watch. People show up every week and talk about it. The three main characters, Handwe, Yumira, Jin Mori, I just didn't feel anything towards them. It was like, oh cool, a trio. We love a trio. And I just didn't connect with them. There was nothing in any of their backstories that made me feel like, oh my gosh, I want them to win. I want them to get them wish. Yeah, I want to see this. Like, the most interesting aspect was the religious themes. And they didn't even expound on that. You know, we just get to episode 11 and here we are talking about God. And I'm just like, what's happening? Why didn't they take the time to develop that story? There are lots of anime that pack a lot of things into 12 and 13 episodes. And God of High School fell short. It didn't pack much. It was just a tournament arc with some fight scenes. There was not much dialogue. There wasn't much to connect you to the characters. It didn't do what it had promised, and that's very disappointing. If they hadn't hyped it up like they did, if my expectations weren't so high, I'd probably be giving a different review right now. But my expectations were high because of how much promotion they gave it and how much hype they gave it. And the fans, the webcomic fans, made me think that this is gonna be the best thing I've ever seen. I've never seen a tournament arc like this. I've never seen a golden trio like this. But then it's just like, okay, so this is your show? This is your webcomic? This is what you wanted me to like? And like I said before, I really tried to like it. I watched it twice and I still didn't. I think the reason why I couldn't connect with the story and the characters is because they told it poorly. They just gave us bits and pieces. There was never any explanation. They didn't flesh out anything. And like I said, I understand they only had 13 episodes to try this project, but they could have done more with it. They left a lot of things unanswered, a lot of things unexplained. The things are just happening and you're just like, when did that happen? When did that, you know, like... And the pacing as well, it's weird, but the pacing is weird, I do admit that, but my gripe isn't with the pacing. Like, the pacing isn't the worst thing to happen. I don't think it's a big deal. It doesn't bother me as much. And maybe it doesn't bother me as much because I never read the webtoon. And it just fell short of my expectations. I think it fell short of a lot of people's expectations. They did set themselves up for a very good season 2. They'll get more story in season 2 if they get the funding to do that, if they get the freedom to do that. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this kind of content, hit the like button so I know you like it, so I'll make more. And subscribe for when I do upload those videos. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. And that's it. Bye.